The Prime Minister kept his head down today, but the fallout from his captain's call on the Prince Philip knighthood continues. More Conservative commentators have lined up against him, and Cabinet members have come to the defence of his Chief of Staff amid calls for her to be sacked.
After 4 days of open season, the Abbott Grand Slam continues, his colleagues willing a comeback.
Sometimes you can be down match point and still recover. Sometimes you can make a silly drop shot in the middle of a game and you can win that game and then go on to win the match.
Even former friends in the commentary box have become foes.
I think it could be fatal for his leadership, not tomorrow, but in time.
From the United States, the nation's best-known Republican made his point with few words.
As a former head of the Republican movement, at least, you must have woken up to that and said, just tell us what your reaction was when you first heard it.
Well, I don't think anyone... I think you can use your own imagination for that. The only night I'm interested in talking about, Robert, is tonight. And because I'm going to go up and meet lots of Australians doing business in America and Americans interested in doing business in Australia.
Media baron Rupert Murdoch's tweets urging the PM's Chief of Staff, Peter Credlin, to resign have only galvanised her support.
Peter Credlin does an outstanding job.
The only person that I know who's made any criticism of Peter Credlin is Rupert Murdoch through that tweet.
The last thing I would want to see, Kieran, is that we start scapegoating people every time there might be an error or a decision that some people don't like.
And that's kept the heat on the Prime Minister himself.
Peter Credlin is not the issue. Peter Credlin is not the person who should be carrying the blame for the mistakes of the Abbott government. The buck stops with the elected representatives. This is not some episode of the West Wing.
The events of this week have sharpened the national focus on this weekend's Queensland election. A bad result for Premier Campbell Newman, which could even see him lose his seat, will only provide more ammunition for Tony Abbott's opponents. His allies just want the whole episode to end.
The Prime Minister has taken responsibility for the decision he's made. He's learned his lesson. He's indicated that he will consult more widely in the future. That's a good thing. I think it's now time to move on.
David Lipson, Sky News, Canberra.